No way, man. Do not get dog trapped by a man. They'll trap you with a baby, a dog, anything, just to keep you stuck. One of the most important things that women need to do is to stop being default caretakers. So let me explain why you do not want to just keep a puppy because a man gave it to you. So just for context, in this last video, I'm talking about how my ex tried to trap me. First by wanting to impregnate me, admitting out loud, once I got an IUD, man, now you can just leave me. And when I said, you couldn't trap me with a baby, I'd just abort that thing anyway. And you want to trap me, you get a dog. Because all I've ever wanted is a dog. I've never wanted a baby, ever, still don't. I will always remain a child-free by choice. But revealing that I want a dog more than anything to a man who is trying to trap you so that he has a hold on you for the rest of his life and your life, not smart, don't do it. Because he showed up with a puppy. Now here, let me tell you why that is okay, if you already have the dog, you love the dog, and you were ready for a dog, sure, same thing with a baby. I can't tell you how many women I know who are co-parenting with an awful man, or, basically were baby trapped by an awful man. And they love those kids more than anything in the world, and they have no regrets, even though they hate the dude, the sperm donor. But, that's because they wanted a child. And, were maybe ready for that child. I was not ready for a dog. I was not ready for a dog for another 9 years. If I had kept that puppy just because this man gave me a puppy, something I eventually wanted but did not want then, especially not with him, but definitely not in that time of my life, I would not be living the amazing life I have now. I will never compare being a dog mom or dog owner to an actual mom, because that's just disrespect. But we do not talk about how much work a dog is. See this little precious little baby, this perfect little baby behind me? Look at that little baby. Look at him. He doesn't even notice I'm talking because he's just so at peace. But normally, he's a mess. He's a mess. I'm like a stay-at-home mom on some level because I can't put a bark collar on him. I've hired trainers. I've bought dog puzzles on Amazon. People have suggested all this stuff. I have a baby cam. I've done everything. And this dog has had so much trauma and so much abandonment in his life. Nothing seems to work. So we have just worked our life around having an overly attached dog. I have a little, not a fur baby, but a fur stalker. And also my own codependency issues, right? But I lived in New Mexico at that time. I moved to LA after that. Housing in a big city is hard enough when you don't have a puppy to also be is it okay? By the way, I've got a puppy. No, because it's unlike in France, it's it's totally legal to discriminate against someone who has a dog. I didn't even realize how unfair that was until I moved to a country where they aren't allowed to do that, except for pit bulls, that's another story. There's discrimination against pit bulls. Anyway, I lived in LA for 3 or more years. Would not have gotten the housing that I had when I moved. And that housing changed my life because I became best friends with my roommate. And then I moved to Spain for a year, teaching English in Barmfork, Spain. Would not have gotten that job with a puppy. And then I moved to France. I traveled all the time. I was living my best life. If I had just taken the puppy because, why not? No. So I'm not attacking you. I want to use this as an example. Women need to be very intentional about what we take care of. Because under patriarchy, we are taught that we're nothing if we're not taking care of someone or something or a group of someone's, right? If we're not taking care of a man, if we're not taking care of children, if we're not taking care of our parents, if we're not taking care of the community, if we're not taking care of our father-in-law, or if we're not taking care of a bunch of pets. Because so many of us don't even know who we are outside of being a caretaker of something. One of the most revolutionary things that you could do as a woman is to not take care of anyone but yourself, because that goes against everything we have been raised and indoctrinated to do. So no way, man, if you do not really want a dog and you want one right now, in this context, do not get a dog, because that is a 10-year, 12, 13, 15-year. My toy poodle, Fifi Marie Hamlet, lived to be 18. And she was blind and deaf and had to be carried everywhere. It had seizures if she got too excited. But my mom just couldn't put her down because she was still Fifi, you know? And we've already had to buy like a special harness for him because we got him. He's an older dog. We adopted him when he was sick. We have a special harness because he's already having a hard time going down the stairs. So we have a harness that can assist him. And we're happy to do him because we love the crap out of him. But being a dog mom or whatever, I don't even like that term. I'm a mother of nobody. Nobody. I don't want to be a mom, not even a dog mom. But I do take care of this pet with my husband. But he's a lot of work. I have like no life because of this dog, because we can't afford like dog care regularly. We can't go on dates as often as we like to. We can't like do a lot of things that we don't want to do. And I'm co-parenting a dog, a lab, for Christ's sakes. He's an easy dog, but he's just like obsessed with me. I should make an album of all the songs that I have that I sing on a regular basis about how obsessed he is with me. And then we got ourselves a hostage situation. You know, there's a whole like hostage situation is one of my #1 hits in this household. And the captor is you. So anyway, I'm a little off topic now. But do not get anything unless that thing brings you so much joy, whether it be a dog or a cat or whatever. Do not take care of something just because you don't know what else to do, because someone else gave it to you. Don't ever give someone a pet for a present. You know what I mean? Like, especially a woman. Don't give women more things to take care of, because the last thing we need is a distraction from centering ourselves, because we've never been taught to do that. We've never been taught to pour into ourselves the way we're expected to pour into literally everybody, especially men, and to pour into all the people that men neglect, right? We pour into our best friends who are married to men who suck. You know what I mean? We pick up the slack of men. So even if we center ourselves in our own life, we are still taking on the burden of what men are not doing. So no, stop taking care of people unless it's mutual, right? Or unless you enjoy it, or you're getting paid for it, or you love that person so much that of course you're taking care of them. But so many women just take on taking care of people at a default. And I personally have realized that everything I do needs to be more intentional, because when it's not, it's usually motivated by and driven by patriarchy or a trauma response. It's one of the two, because this stuff is so deep in me, I don't even realize that's what I'm doing until I'm doing it. And I'm like, wait, why am I doing this? So don't get a dog unless you're ready for one.